What's the most common problem that Celta trainees have in teaching practice? They talk. Let me introduce another fictitious Celta trainee who's totally fallen into this trap and give you a few things to think about that might make it easier for you not to.
It's my fourth teaching practice, and I'd promised myself this time I'd do less of the talking. My lesson focus was vocabulary for travel. I'd planned a lovely lead in with a suitcase and flashcards and a fun information gap activity to practice the target language. I was excited. It felt like something I'd actually use in real life. And in the moment, things seemed to go well. I set the context, explained the task, and then I kept explaining. And then I gave an example, and another one. And then I reworded the example just to make sure everyone really understood. And then I added something that felt useful at the time but was, in hindsight, not strictly relevant. The students were still looking at me, mostly politely, but somewhere between, you need to find someone who's been on a long journey, and this is a great opportunity to practice the past simple. Remember we talked about that on Monday? I realized. I was doing the task for them. Afterwards, when I watched the video and wrote my reflection, it hit me. The learners had barely spoken for the first 10 minutes of the lesson. The most fluent speaker in the room was me.
Does this sound familiar? It's probably the most common issue tutors see on Celta. So here are some things to ponder on. Number one, why do you think trainees often talk too much in lessons? What might be driving that behaviour? Number two, what impact might excessive teacher talk have on learning opportunities for the class? How might it affect timing or pace and engagement? Number three, how can planning help reduce teacher talk time? What specific steps could be taken during the planning stage? Number four, what kinds of teacher talk are useful and when does it become counterproductive? How can you strike that balance? I hope you stopped me and had a think about that. And if you're nodding and knowing that this is an issue in your teaching practice, you're not alone. Almost everyone talks too much in early lessons. It comes from a good place, I think, from wanting to help, to clarify, to fill silence. But silence can be golden. So pause after you ask a question. Give learners time to think, to try, to make mistakes. Keep your instructions short and clear and checked. If you need to rephrase, it's probably a sign they weren't clear the first time. And in your lesson plan, highlight when you'll be talking and for how long, and then find places to cut it down. Seriously, time yourself. A good rule of thumb is that if you're talking for more than a couple of minutes at a stretch in what was supposed to be a learner-centered activity, pause, breathe, let them take the lead. And if you really want to investigate your teacher talk time, record your lesson and listen back. You might be surprised at what's happening. If this was helpful, I've got lots of other useful material on my site, so check it out in the link below and subscribe to the channel. It really helps. See you soon. Bye-bye.